Hi students, welcome back. Now let's go through the remaining portions of the chapter. Fungi also grow on pickles, leather, clothes and other articles that are left in hot and humid weather for long time. During the rainy season, they spoil many things. Ask your parents about the menace of fungi in your house. So, this fungi will grow on. We have seen a white patches on pickles, isn't it? What are they? Yes, they are fungi. Similarly, we can see this fungi on leather, clothes, etc. Have you seen on your black shoes which has been left in the rain and not used for so many days? We will see white patches on these shoes also, isn't it? So they are also fungi. These fungi will grow on hot and humid weather. Okay. Next. These fungi will spoil many things, especially in rainy season. So in rainy season, in most of the things such as shoes, clothes and all, we can see a white patch. So these fungi will spoil many of the things during the rainy season, isn't it? The fungal spores are generally present in the air. When they land on wet and warm things, they germinate and grow. Now, can you figure out how we can protect our things from getting spoiled? So, the fungal spores are present in air. Okay, when these fungal spores land on things in wet and warm condition, they need wet and warm condition. So, when these fungal spores land on the things such as a pickle, leather, clothes, etc. as we have discussed. So, when these fungal spores land on these things which are having wet and warm condition, they will start to germinate and grow. Okay, so this fungal spores needs wet and warm condition to germinate and grow. Okay, now let's see how we can protect these things from getting spoiled by fungi. How? Yes, as we know that they need wet and warm condition, isn't it? So if these clothes or leather items are wet means then we have to dry it. Okay, similarly we also keep pickles in a refrigerator, isn't it? It will also helps you protect the pickle from the fungal attack. Okay, so in all these ways we can protect our things from fungi. Some organisms live together and share shelter and nutrients. This is called a symbiotic relationship. For example, certain fungi live in the roots of trees. The tree provides nutrients to the fungus and in return receives help from it to take up water and nutrients from the soil. This association is very important for the tree. So, here we are going to discuss about symbiotic relationship. What do you mean by symbiotic relationship? The answer is some organisms live together and share shelter and nutrients. This is called symbiotic relationship. Easy, no? Yes, a small definition. Okay, so the question is what do you mean by symbiotic relationship? And along with that we can write one example also. So the example is certain fungi live in the roots of the trees. So fungi that lives on the roots of the trees. Okay. So we have learned that symbiotic relationship means one organism will share the shelter whereas the other organism will share the nutrients. Okay. Here the tree and the fungi. Tree will provide nutrients to fungus. Then the fungus will help the tree to take water and nutrients from the soil. So this is the association between tree and the fungi. So this is a symbiotic relationship. The tree will provide nutrients to fungi, nutrients and shelter to fungi. Okay. So the tree provides nutrients to the fungi. Then in return, what will fungi do? Yes, it will help the tree to take water and nutrients from the soil. So this is the association between trees and fungi. Okay. In organisms called lichens, a chlorophyll containing partner, which is an algae, and a fungus live together. The fungus provides shelter, water, and minerals to the algae, and in return, the algae provides food which it prepares by photosynthesis. So, this is another example for the symbiotic relationship. Here we are discussing about fungi and algae. Okay, we know that fungus do not have chlorophyll, so that it cannot prepare food by themselves, isn't it? So, photosynthesis does not take place in fungi. So, this fungus will provide shelter, water, and minerals to algae. Okay, in return, algae will provide the synthesized food. As we know that algae is green colored and it has chlorophyll. Okay, then it can synthesize food by themselves by the process of photosynthesis. So, algae will receive this water and minerals from fungus and will synthesize food. And this food is given to fungus. So, this is a symbiotic relationship between fungus and algae. Okay, so there are organisms called lichens. There's a chlorophyll containing partner such as algae, and another one, fungus, will live together here. The fungus will provide shelter, water, and minerals to algae, and in return, algae will provide the food prepared by the process of photosynthesis. Okay. So moving on to our next topic, how nutrients are replenished in the soil. Have you seen farmers spreading manure or fertilizers in the fields, or gardeners using them in lawns or in pots? Do you know why they are added to the soil? So, we have seen that farmers adding manure or fertilizers to fields. Similarly, we also add manure or fertilizers to our plants in the garden and even in pot, isn't it? Now let's see why we are doing so. You learned that plants absorb mineral nutrients from the soil, so their amounts in the soil keep on declining. Fertilizers and manures contain plant nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, etc. These nutrients need to be added from time to time to enrich the soil. We can grow plants and keep them healthy if we can fulfill the nutrient requirement of the plants. So, we have learned that for the process of photosynthesis, plants require minerals to synthesize food. From where do plants get these nutrients? Yes, from the soil. So, we have learned that root of the plant will also take the minerals along with the water, isn't it? Yes. Due to this repeated use of minerals by plants, the minerals in the soil will be exhausted or declined. So, to avoid such condition, we add manure or fertilizer to the soil. It contains nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, etc. These manure or fertilizers will replenish the minerals in the soil, and thus the plant will grow healthy. So students, we will discuss the remaining portion of the chapter in next video. All of you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you will get the notification of next video. See you soon. Thank you.